Mnangagwa as well as Gudawashe Takwire troll, that is Temba Mliswa, has come guns blazing, defending the 22 constitutional changes that Mnangagwa wants to effect, and all these constitutional changes has to do with extending his term of office and also strengthening his grip in power. There is absolutely nothing that is in the interest of the people of ironically, even though Temba Mliswa writes his essays, he doesn't justify it is necessary for the constitution to be mutilated. Who stands to benefit from this mutilation? It does not state all these reasons. He just, lambast and say something that doesn't exist about the law. The lawyers are just being petty because they want to profit over this situation. It's all insult, accusations without tangible and substantial actually argument as to justify why he says these constitutional changes are necessary for the people of Zimbabwe. He just tells us that any constitution has to be changed. We are aware of that, but they follow the proper process. Definitely, they did not follow the proper process. They don't want to follow the proper process. They created their own process, obviously taking the advice and the notes from Professor Jonathan Moyo. But this is inconsistent with the current constitutional statutes on how one especially can change the constitution when it relates to term of office or extending his term of office. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So Temba Mliswa says constitutionalism can easily be understood as the adherence to the principles enshrined within the Constitution. We agree with you on this first sentence. It is as straightforward as that. The current discourse surrounding constitutional amendment number 3 appears to be little more than political posturing. He started right, and what he is writing that it is political posturing, there is absolutely nothing like this by the opposition, and an opportunity for legal practitioners such as Temba Mliswa and Prof. Madhuku to profit, given that ZANU-PF is operating within the framework of the existing laws of the land. Secondly, electoral democracy designates Parliament as the representative institution of the populace. Thus, it is disingenuous to depict this venerable assembly as an exclusive entity when its members are in fact duly elected by the citizens. We cannot certainly seek to disown Parliament when we voted the same personnel in office. He is right. They voted the parliamentarians in office, and the people of Zimbabwe wants also to vote the president. Now, the duty of parliamentarians is different from the duty of president. Now, why do you add more a burden to the parliamentarians instead of focusing on their duties, which is to make laws of the land? The president is supposed to deliver using the laws that are made by the parliamentarians, and there is that principle of separation of powers. Now, if the very same president is a product of the parliamentarians, he gets to campaign to be voted through parliamentarians, then that makes those parliamentarians either way to be vulnerable or the president. Why did they change this? Why didn't they go to the people, the very same people who proposed that the parliament should be elected separately? Similarly, also the members of the parliament, similarly, the president also should be elected separately by the very same people. It has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that at the point, especially when it comes to Mnangagwa, people will vote for his parliamentarians but not vote for him and opt for the presidential candidate of the opposition. Now, that on its own tells you that people may want a certain member of parliament, but may not, may want, I can vote for an opposition member of parliament, and most probably want a president who is in the ruling political party. Now, if that right is taken from me, then it means I don't have influence over a person who would be making crucial decisions that will affect me. So this is what people are arguing against. Now it goes on to say, so parliament and the president are two different institutions. The president accounts to the parliament, and the president should be voted by the people. That is what Zimbabweans said they would prefer. And Temba Mliswa, his argument that the very same parliamentarians are voted by the people. They are voted by the people, but people also would love to vote for a specific president they want. If they want a certain parliamentarian, it doesn't mean they may need also a similar president within the same political party. They may need a totally different president when it comes to the ballot papers of the president. It has been, especially Mnangagwa knows it quite well. He is running away from the Boram Sango, which he has been experiencing, within the past two elections that he has been subjected to. Now, he says it is disingenuous to depict the duly elected, whatever. We cannot certainly seek to disown parliament when we voted the same personnel. Thirdly, from a procedural standpoint, the party has adhered to all requisite stages. The process has progressed from cabinet approval. The bill was gazetted. It's not a bill which is supposed. We should correct that from Temba Mliswa. It's not a bill which is supposed to change, especially the sections of the Constitution that they want to change. It's not a bill. It is a referendum, not a bill. So it says, thirdly, so now this procedure that Temba Mliswa is using, it is a wrong procedure. That is where there is a bone of contention. They are supposed to come to referendum, to the very same people who put the constitution together if they want to introduce a new constitution. It continues to say, future parliamentarians or political administrations may also engage in similar procedures for subsequent constitutional amendments. The essential tenet which remains pivotal across all eras and political circumstances is the unwavering respect for the Constitution, rather than contrived cacophony that may arise. This is what exactly Mnangagwa is doing. He is not respecting the currently ZANU-PF processes, a significant majority in parliament, which facilitate the effective advancement of its legislative agenda. This status is both legitimate and lawful. Any other party, if granted the same authority, would similarly pursue initiatives that reflect its vision for the nation. This is the essence of political rationale. The many wild claims of constitutional violations are fabricated and simply rhetorical strategies utilized by those who are oppositional, often motivated by hidden agendas and lacking in credible substantiation. initiation. Okay. Someone says, now no one argues about constitutional changes. That can be done anytime as long as the end product followed the required constitutional obligation. The problem we are about to witness is changing the constitution through the back door without the referendum. Someone says this is dangerous and will cause social unrest, more toxicity, divisions among the people, and political instability. Zimbabwe doesn't need this now, after most of the population is in abject poverty, watching a few elites displaying life full of opulence. That is the point exactly. Someone says, does the changes being initiated require a referendum? If so, where do you stand with that composition? Someone says, Temba, imagine how many people could have voted these MPs had they complained that they will use their stay in parliament to extend their term of office of the president and theirs too. Those are very, very valid questions. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch. Is signing out. We will continue to fight.